to bring people together, give the girls a good experience, get the parents closer. That's, we have 12 girls out. That's 12 extra things throughout the year that we can do. I think that would be pretty cool. All right? So that's my goal for you. One thing. And it doesn't have to be on your own. You can do it with a group of parents. All right, you can scroll down a little bit. All right, what we want you to know as coaches, a lot of you know this already, but if you're going to take a player home, make sure you sign them out, please. And this is the school policy. Only parents or immediate family members can take home your daughter unless approved by the office. Not me. It's got to be approved by the office. So adult sibling would be immediate family, not a sibling in high school. Grandma, grandpa's okay. Aunts and uncles get a little, usually that's not okay just because there's a lot of aunts and uncles out there, so usually that's not okay. A note must be presented to a coach if being withheld from practice for a medical reason. The great thing is we have Erin, the trainer, and she is fantastic. So she usually takes care of all that stuff that they can play if they can't. But if they are seen by somebody outside of here, we always like to get a note. Concussion, there's concussion protocols. There's the steps they have to go through. No matter how big the game is, no matter how good they're feeling, they have to go through the protocols. All right, and they just have to. And I know, if you're a senior and you're 1-2 days away from playing in your district game and you don't clear the protocol, I feel terrible. But that's just the way it is. It's out of my hands. Playing time or other players will not be discussed. I know it's easy unless you have something to discuss. Any issues need to be handled face-to-face with the meeting. Meeting will include player, parent, coach, possibly an administrator. This is after the player has talked to their coach, or if the player is uncomfortable talking to the coach. I haven't had this happen very often. Honestly, I've been extremely blessed to have the parent support that I've had over the years. I just ask that if you do have an issue or a problem, come to me. Let's talk about it. You missed the most important one up there, Coach Jeans. Because up there, we care. We absolutely care. I ask that you don't put it on social media, which I don't know that ever happening, or complain about it in public. Just go ahead and talk to me, please. All right, so club volleyball, basketball, or any other outside club stuff, sports outside of school. I don't have many stipulations. Don't miss basketball for it. Don't play if you are hurt or sick. So if you can't practice basketball, then you shouldn't be practicing other athletic stuff, whether it's volleyball or soccer or whatever. And then starting the weekend of February 3rd, I asked that girls don't play in tournaments. You can practice, but be smart because that's the weekend before our districts. So if somebody returned an ankle in a tournament the weekend of February 3rd, they may not be back for that first round of districts. All right, and then when we're done playing, so I don't have any stipulations throughout the year. Just don't miss basketball. And starting February 3rd, no tournaments. Practice is fine until we're done playing. So this is for varsity players. If you're not sure if you are a varsity player, then please ask. We'll do our best to communicate to you. And then I'm not going to go through all of this. I'm going to sum up the expectations for you. There's two absences. There's excused and unexcused. All right? Unexcused is you don't tell a coach before a practice. All right? You just don't show up. Which after I implemented this isn't a problem anymore, so that's good. Not that it was a big problem before. And then excused is you've told the coach ahead of time. Now, obviously, if there's an extenuating circumstance, if you get into an accident, or whatever, I'm not trying to get people. All right, if it's extenuating circumstance, obviously, but most of the time, I should know ahead of time. The girls are for the most part really good about that. So if they accumulate some unexcused absences, then there are some punishments to go along with that. Now, I will say, and I think this is something I've probably been a little too lax on, but if we scroll back up to the top, real quick, Coach Jeans, scroll or arrow, whatever you're more comfortable with.
Oh, all the way
All the way to the top. Said you had an easy job. Now wait till I ask you to go back to where we were at. Okay. Grow as a person, be coachable, be a good teammate, be responsible, grow as a basketball player. You got to be in practice to do that. All right? Now, I am fully aware and I totally understand basketball falls between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And those are the big travel times of the year. And I totally get that and I understand it. It's outside those times where I ask that you do what you can to get your child to practice. All right? And again, this has not been a problem. But with 12 girls this year, 2 people are gone, that really changes our practice dramatically. Or more. All right? All right, you can scroll back down. What time is it? Ooh, 10 minutes. We're going to roll into this. Okay, a game missed for anything other than a school-sponsored event, sick, death, or funeral, or anything else that I deem appropriate. Again, not trying to get people. Results in suspension of play for 1/2 of the game at the level in which they primarily play. So I used this, when I went through this with the girls, I used Hannah Reese as an example. They always went on a cruise during basketball season. And Hannah missed games when she got back. All right? She was a good player. Whether she's a senior or not, it didn't matter. But just if you know ahead of time, that's okay. So going on, if they would miss for anything other than school-sponsored event, like I said. That's not that. If you're serving a suspension, that doesn't really apply to anybody because nobody's ineligible. So you can go down. If a player is injured, then they are under the same expectations. If they're not in practice, they need to let me know. All right. Again, that's that responsibility part. They're still a part of the team. Okay, you can scroll down. I think we're on to the last part. Any questions before I give you your last task before you leave? It's kind of fast, but okay. So you can scroll down, Coach Jeans. Actually, could you wait like 1 minute? No.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna give you a task, and then you can go. Okay. Here's what I would like you to do. You're gonna get 3 cards. Now leave this up here. On the front of card 1, okay, write your name and write 1 reasonable, measurable goal you have for your daughter this season. Now the girls didn't quite get the measurable part. All right, they put, I want to be a better shooter. Okay, well, a measurable goal of that would be I want to shoot a certain percentage, or I want to make a certain amount of threes throughout the year. So make it measurable. On the back of that card, write at least 1 reasonable, measurable goal that you have for the team this season. Again, measurable being the key word. Card 2, what do you want your daughter's experience to be like if she can't accomplish any of the goals you wrote for her or for the team on the first card? So what do you want them to get out of basketball if the goals that you had didn't happen? And then the third one is, which we'll scroll down here in a second, what do you want your experience to be like as a sports parent? Okay? And for those of you that are hopefully watching this on YouTube, I would still like you to do this, and if you could get those to me when you can, that would be excellent. So can you scroll down a little bit, Coach Jean, so you can see this bottom one? So write your name on all your cards, and on one card, you're going to write a reasonable and measurable goal for your daughter, and on the back of that same card, a reasonable and measurable goal for the team. Card 2, what do you want your daughter's experience to be like if she doesn't accomplish the goals that you set on card 1? And then card 3, what do you want your experience to be like as a sports parent?